I'm not really exactly sure how or where this came about, but someone pinged me about this. And the thing is that I think my number one thing that I get with a lot of you degenerates, okay? I'm talking to you, degenerate, is that you guys are always just like so freaked out about the future and AI. And then this guy comes in here, dropping the no code, dropping the AI, dropping the AI no code, then also has this man, which clearly looks like a scientist, okay? Maybe not the best posture. You know, his ear is definitely not below his shoulder, okay? That's not how this is not a firm erection. You know, and I know plenty of people as they get older, they're not able to, you know, perform as well. But still, we got to work on this, okay? We got to work on this. And so here's what the tweet says, right? Supervised a project 2 week ago. 2 programmers were hired to create an MVP. I have worked with both before. Alex from Germany, 100% code, 19 years experience. Hamid from Pakistan, code plus Copilot plus Jippity 4 plus no code, 4 years of experience. What do you think happened? Now, this is, for me, this feels like one of those articles that because of an article like this, I'm going to get 9,000 messages being like, should I not go into programming? Should I not go into programming? Because clearly we're all screwed. Okay, so first off, always good thing to do. Make sure you know what's going on here. Okay. Notice that we might have like potentially some conflict of interest here. You know what I mean? We might have some things going on here, and if you go look around, make sure you understand who the person is that we're talking about, okay? Just so that way you don't get upset. Anyways, so this happened, and then he goes on and says, "All right, well, okay, hey, come on, where's the tweet thread? Is his own tweet thread not showing up? Okay, there it is." Funny. Both programmers received Figma screens and detailed specs. A designer was available to assist them with the assets they needed, and there was also existing code that needed to be integrated. Hamid finished the first version in 1 week with 100% test coverage and end-to-end testing of no-code parts. 90% of the work seems to be finished and appears to work at first glance.
Oh, that scared me.
So I forgot again to turn off alerts. Okay? Is this... What kind of life do you want from me, huh? What kind of life do you want from me? What do you want from me? What do you want? What do you want? What do you want? You don't even know what you want. All right, so let's keep... I'll deal with you here in a second, whoever did such a naughty thing. I'll be right back. Hold on. We got to finish this. Let's see. Hamid built the UI, front end, workflows in Bubble, generated Cloudflare workers using Jippity 4, integrated existing code using Copilot, and generated tests using Jippity 4, Playwright, Java. I don't know Ava. I don't know that one. What's Ava? Is that a new one? I thought we already had Cypress. I thought we already had Playwright. I already thought we had Puppeteer. Do we need another one? Damn. Is that another one? Ava is Jest? Oh, that's just a runner? Oh. I clearly am not keeping up with the new stuff. All right. Let's see. New cost, $211. Copilot, $20. Cloudflare, $5. Bubble, $134. Compensation, bam. Look at that. Cost to host/run, $139 a month. That seems so high. What the hell is going on? How are you spending that much money to host whatever you're doing? I have many questions right here about just this number. But anyways, don't get focused. Let's see. Alex finished just around 7% of the tasks. Cost, Vercel, $20. Compensation, $3,500. Estimate to develop everything, $45K, and expects $11K for adding tests. Cost to run, $20 a month. Serverless. All right. So first off, hold on. Let's keep on going. Actually, I do want to see what he has to say here. This was a project I supervised for a friend of mine with an agency. Now, that's a key word there. I only did it because I was really curious about how it turned out. We both thought that Hamad would finish her in 8 to 10 weeks, while Alex would take 1 or 2 extra. But the results amazed us. He had a talk with Alex about this. His response, but it will be so much cheaper to run this app, and you'll have everything under control. Not understanding the opportunity cost of shipping 13 times slower and 25 times more expensive to develop. Alex was let go because he wants to code and doesn't trust no-code/AI. The development agency of my friend has 100 developers like Alex. Now he is going to retrain or replace them with developers like Hamid. I think people like Hamid will still have work from 5 years from now, while people like Alex will have to find other jobs/professions. So I do have a lot of opinions about this. So first off, I'd like to say that my belief that this is or is not fake is already fairly questionable, okay? This seems like the greatest trick Terminator ever played, right? Obviously getting people to buy in that the Terminator's not real when really the Terminator's trying to fool you this whole time, right? Okay? I can already feel that happening. But the thing that, first off, we have no idea. So there's a lot of things going on here, right? So like what I want you to look at is that this happens a lot whenever you read articles, especially involving statistics or time frames, right? There's a lot of things that people may not you may not realize, right? So like first off, Alex from Germany, 100% code, 19 years experience. How old is Figma? How old is whatever he's building, right? Is it 19 years of experience building this one thing? What are the difference, right? Second off, we don't really know how much this Hamid guy actually used Jippity for versus using his own knowledge, right? There's a lot of things we don't understand about the situation, right? These are very vague terms, and there's nothing in here that really gives you like a great idea what these people are experts in, what they aren't experts in. Has Hamid done nothing but build this like exact project? It's like an agency project. Is this like his specialty area where Alex may not be specialty area? Like we don't know anything about it, right? So there's like a lot of questions I have for this. Second off, the reason why this bothers me is that we have no details about it. And this idea that someone's able to integrate and have all these tests, like, first off, this just right here, this metric is just like super suspicious. Whenever I see this, I think, okay, that doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. It has never mattered. 100% code coverage has no guarantee or even authority to say that you have less or more bugs, right? There is no security vulnerabilities mentioned, right? We have no idea what any of these things are. So it just feels, something about it feels really, really weird. You know what I mean? And so we don't know. Another thing, we don't, like, hours worked 41. I have no idea. We don't do hours worked here, which also feels really odd, right? You see a large difference in pay, right? There's just some things that I'm very curious about. What happened if this guy costs a lot more and he only put in 10 hours, right? Wasn't able to really focus on it. We don't know any of the details. We know nothing. Second off, I actually did take some time, and I really have been trying ChatGPT. You know what I mean? I've really been trying ChatGPT at my job to try to become, like, to really understand this. And so what I've been doing is anytime I have to use Python, I use ChatGPT to generate all the stuff. And at this point, I already know that I could have done it faster. I could have done it better if I would have just taken, instead of the 2 hours to get Jippity to do it right, just taken the 2 hours to just read, I would have already been faster at this. And I'm just using it to graph stuff with matplotlibs and pandas or NumPy or whatever the hell it is, right? And so it's just, I sit there and I think, what am I getting out of this? And then second off, I also noticed something that is really unique about using ChatGPT. Yeah, ChatGPT 4. I use 4. I'm not some 3.5 pleb. But something else I noticed about it, code that I've been generating with Jippity, I have like a hesitancy to change because I understand none of it, and I've taken absolutely no attempts or affordances to try to learn it. Instead, I'm just letting it make it. And I feel like there's something really bizarre about that, where there's just like, when I need to change something, I get it to kind of like I just copy paste it in and be like, can you change this? Right? And so it changes it. It works. Like, I've been able to get through my tasks, but I've noticed a lot of things about it that are very unscalable. Like when I asked it to be like, all right, I need some environment arguments, I need to be able to pass in a file and all this, it gave me like some of the worst patterns ever. It gave me a lot of really just poorly thought through designs that even me with very little Python understanding can completely tell that what it's writing is not just technical debt, it's a full rewrite, right? If I have to upgrade this is a full rewrite to make it useful, right? And what I noticed is that you really have to have a lot of understanding to guide the AIs into the right place. And when there's a bug, sometimes the AIs cannot proceed. You know what I mean? They just can't. You can generate legacy code extremely fast. It's essentially a script kiddie. It's a script kiddie that doesn't understand if it's programming something correct or incorrect. Cheap to start. Yeah, so that's what my worry is. When I see all this, like, I get it. I wrote something that made nice graphs that I could display the point I wanted to make. Cheap. Cost me nothing. Cost me an hour of my time. I kept finding myself getting distracted and going on Twitter or doing something because ChatGPT 4 takes so long to generate stuff. But if I had to maintain that code, like, the cost was definitely larger. Like, it definitely was a step up than if I were to write it myself. So I really do think that there's something here that is just not being properly captured. We're missing a lot of the details about the setup, a lot of the details about this. And the reason why I wanted to kind of go over this is not because I'm really interested in AI code stuff. I think it's mildly nice, right? Like, I think it's nice to just, like, have a little, right? You know what I mean? It's nice to have just some quick things here and there. But what worries me about this is, A, people get freaked out. They think their jobs are going to end. Your job's not going to end. But B, people also think this is like a good replacement of people. Like, the damage this is going to do to our current ecosystem is insane. Like, it's going to require things to get so much better, right? It's going to require so much more. Like, goodness. And so I don't know. It just feels strange. What do you think? I actually am curious. Like, for those that actually have used ChatGPT, what do you think? How much have you used? Does anyone in here feel like AI is taking their job in the next 3 years? Does anyone actually feel that way? No. Scared of it? Yeah, I feel like a lot of new people have a scared of it. Maybe in 5. Interesting. As a beginner, I think it looks magical. I think as a beginner, it looks manager. Yeah. So I think this is the take, right? Is that you will waste a lot of time. I think the thing is that I think ChatGPT is much better at English approximation. Yeah, you can use the concepts. I hear it's great at, like, finding documentation. I haven't used it as a documentation only tool yet. Yeah, I think so too. I think that there's a huge amount of that will definitely happen. I finally got to watch you live streaming versus watching your streams on YouTube. Nice. Well, welcome. No, it takes too much damn hallucination. Yeah, dude, this is true. This is right on. So my general, the thing that I worry a huge amount about is that it can look 95% correct. And to get it to 96% is going to be a huge effort. To get it to 97% is going to be a huger effort, right? Like, each one of these little bits better is going to be just an enormous amount of, like, we have to vastly change how we're doing things for this to actually become something amazing. I have almost no trust in it after all the time it lied to me. Yeah. I use it daily with proper prompts. It's very powerful, but you have to learn proper prompting. So, I mean, let's get to, we're positive. I'm just we're going all in on the positive. It only made me lazy and I couldn't understand the code I meant. So this is actually a really interesting take, which is another thing I've been kind of thinking about, which is, as you get spoon-fed more and more, what happens to experience? And so my big worry with AI is experience. Because here's the deal, is that to become experienced as an engineer, you have to fail, right? The only truest way to become experienced is failing and learning how to unfail. You have to be able to see something and learn how to do it differently. And this could be done via someone else helping you. This could be done by, like, a mentor. This could be done by you just reading documentation. You got to kind of do a lot of it. But it's going to rob you a lot of that, right? Like, ChatGPT is going to rob you a lot of your experience. And so I'm very curious what the next generations of programmers are going to be. Are they going to be incapable, right? It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting nonetheless. We'll see. I don't know. I actually have no idea. I mean, Copilot and ChatGPT are the same thing at this point, aren't they? Aren't they the same AI running in the back end at this point? It's also great for debugging as a replacement. Yeah. I mean, I could see debugging being pretty cool if it can have sufficient. I mean, because sometimes it's too hard. Like, sometimes bugs are just too vast for it to be able to find stuff. But I'm curious if it's any good. Fine for documentation plus fine. Okay, Copilot is fine-tuned. It is fine-tuned. Copilot's nice for certain items, right? Like, I like Copilot if I'm getting it to generate things that I don't want to type. but getting Copilot to do the right thing before I've done it, like, I don't let Copilot lead me. I lead Copilot, and then it works really well. But anything else, it's just like you are just in a terrible position. You know what I mean? I read it's good at finding and exploiting security holes. Interesting. That to me, that might make more sense, right? And the reason why I say it might make more sense is that security holes, one could argue, are more of like a like mathematical problem in some sense. Like, hey, you've allowed yourself to do these things wrong, right? Like, there's a series of things you have to do, and then there's like the art side of it. And so I'm curious if that would do it. Low-level learning saying absolutely not. Have you used it? Low-level learning, have you used it as a means to do that? On it that it's not good? Okay, interesting. Okay, so he doesn't think it's good. Okay. Designed for regex? Yeah, but I would never use a regex, so there you go. There's the problem. Have you used the API for actual product work? So I haven't used the API yet. I really do want to try playing around with the API part. This is kind of interesting. Yeah, I could see that. It's good for reverse engineering, bad for bug finding. Interesting. Okay, I like that. Anyways, I just wanted to talk a minute about this because I see so many people always freaked out. It's like the number one thing you see is people getting just totally freaked out about what's it called? About the AI, especially new people. You new people, don't worry about it. Trust me, you got time. Become good at what you're doing. Take the effort it takes to like learn things. And honestly, even if we start going into this AI future where we all just program with AI, you will be so much more capable. Like, you're just gonna you're gonna be able to move much faster just knowing how things work, right? And so even if I could fully use ChatGPT and ChatGPT was able to give me really great answers, then yeah, I would still have a leg up because I understand how things work underneath it. And yeah, I think AI is effectively in crypto hype cycle NFT, right? It's like at 3 weeks into the NFT side, right? Yeah, I'm not worried about general intelligence at all. I'm not worried about any of that. I know how I got part of a master's in AI, and I'm not like completely worried about it. Like, I think people are overestimating what it does. And so, just a thought. All right, I'd like to just keep on going. I think it'd be fun to go back and get my master's, but I'd have to think about what I would want to do. Anyways, yeah, autopilot's great. Anyways, yeah, I mean, air traffic control is still purely manual. Very interesting, right? All right, let's call this one right here, okay? You know why? Because the name's the Primeagen, okay? The name is the Primeagen.